Finding, renovating, and then renting old properties is always an adventure. These are my experiences. But today I'm gonna start working on these stairs. The bottoms of all the posts were all rotted out, and the stairs were pretty rickety. And then we've got this stairway going up to the upper floor, kind of the same situation. Everything's just rotted out on the bottom. You can see, these things, this one here is just completely gone. But then the stairs, I'm gonna do a closed stair, so it feels a little bit better. And so that's the project for today, is get these stairs going. All right, I got these stairs torn out and I was ready to start rebuilding. And that's where the old posts were. You can see that one there, and I got it marked out. I'm a little bit, get everything level, it's a little bit over. This one had a hole and it was all puckered up here, so I knocked it out and I started jacking it up to get it in place where I wanted, and it just busted out the concrete. So there must be a pretty thin layer, might be hollow under this spot, but that's kind of screwed up. So gotta figure out how to deal with that so I can support this upper section. I got a temporary support in right now, so we're gonna figure out what to do there on the bottom to get a permanent support in. So might have to bust that out and pour a pad or something, but think about it a little bit. All right, today is Wednesday the 24th, and just wanted to do a little video before I got started. Monday, I was out here, did a little video to get these, work on these stairs, and yesterday took a little field trip to visit the Ford house, so that was pretty cool. But anyway, Monday was one of those days nothing went right. So I showed the right here where the jack, I initially had it positioned over here, and when I was jacking up the house a little bit, it just pushed right through the concrete floor, so I had to run and grab some cement, and I poured, I wouldn't call it a footing, it's just a little mini footing. I dug it out and poured it so it was a little bit deeper, but I had to completely change my design of the stairs because of that. So I added a third post to kind of spread the load. I put a 4x6 up here that runs across. So let's see, kind of get a better idea of it. You can see on the wall where the stairs would be. So my platform is going to be a lot bigger than it needs to be, but kind of enclose the space and make it nice anyway. But so I put that in to spread the load, and I will probably put some plywood across it when it's done to help it as well. I mean, it's not going to completely keep it from, it'll probably drop down a little bit. There's a lot of pressure there. I wasn't really trying to jack the house up. I just wanted to bring it up, kind of take care of the sag just a little bit. But it's kind of hard to see the whole scope of what's going on here in this little space. But yeah, on Monday, the brand new air compressor I got wasn't working. I had to call the factory and they walked me through, and I had to take it apart and reset the pressure because it kept blowing off the pressure relief. So at least they were able to walk me through it. And then air hoses that I haven't used in like 10 years had a leak in it. Had to cut that and fix it. Had to run over to the other property twice because of the brick guy. So anyway, I didn't get a lot done, but at least I kind of came up with a plan for this. So I'm gonna work on this today. Hopefully, get this pretty close to being done, and then I'll tackle this one over here. This one doesn't need a whole lot. I just need to rebuild the actual staircase, and then I'll probably put a a beam under this and post this. Yeah, these houses were not built with the support that houses are today. There's a lot of joists that are just hanging off of other ones, and they're not really, I mean, you can see right here, perfect example. You know, we got this cross right here, and this is, you know, holding up the stairway, and there's not really any support, you know, and that's why I've added this stuff. And that's why everything's sagging all over the place, and they just didn't build these with enough support. But the floors aren't designed for it either, and I don't want to dig, bust out, and put in footings and all that other kind of stuff. So I don't really want to jack stuff up. I just want to kind of get it supported, because you know, the bottoms of all this stuff is rotted out. I don't know if we can really see it, but you know, the little bit of supports that they did have, you know, around they're all rotted out. And so that's another reason why I'm using these post bases to get them up off the floor a little bit. So anyway, that's the plan. We'll see how it goes today. Hopefully it'll go a lot better. I forgot the GoPro yesterday, but today is August 26th. Yesterday, I had these stairs framed up day before yesterday, and I just put the stairs back where they originally were. You can kind of see the mark down here where the old stair jacks were, and then when I finished, I kind of walked up them and I realized the headroom was horrible. Nothing's to code around here. I mean, you just fit stuff in the space that you have, but I had enough room on this landing. The landing was about 36 inches. The door is only 30, and I had enough room to move these stairs back 6 inches, and then it kind of gave us a 30-inch landing. But I felt like the headroom was more important, and so yesterday it took me about 3 hours, but I went ahead and moved the stairs back. I cut that landing back and just pushed it all back, and the headroom is still definitely not to code, but current code anyway. But it made it a lot better. I can walk up and down without ducking my head. So I feel like that was time well spent. And then I put this plywood on here just to tie those 3 posts together with the beam above and the framing, so that, because there was so much pressure on this center post, I wanted to tie it all together and try and spread the load a little bit when I released that house jack. And so that worked really well. The jack came right out, didn't drop at all. And so I was ready to move on to the next set of stairs when I looked up and noticed this. I don't know how I didn't see that before, but there's a monster crack all the way up, and this thing was hanging way down. And so that took me probably an hour and a half. I jacked it up, and then I ran a new joist from there clear over to the beam, and getting that thing worked in there took a while. I had to jack it up a couple times, you know, over here by the window, and to get that in. So anyway, got that in, and so today I'm going to work over here on these stairs. You can see the bottoms here. Everything's just rotted out down here. It's kind of sunk in. These posts, they're not really posts, but the studs kind of holding stuff up are just completely gone at the bottom. Let's see. Yeah, this one here is carrying the load right now. So we're gonna get to that and hopefully make some progress here. All right, I just have to show you this real quick. These are where the stairs were sitting. See, we got one on each side, and that's the dirt down there. So they just set the stairs on the dirt See, that's where they had their supports. And then they just poured the slab around it. So that's why everything rotted out. All right, today is the 28th, and I'm just getting wrapped up with the stairs down here. This is gonna be a dividing wall. I'm leaving this stud out right here so we can kind of pass through while we're working, you know, with the plumber and the electrician. Let's see, I can't remember if we looked at this or not, but here's the first set of stairs, and then here's the second set of stairs, and we're going to put a basement dividing wall, like I said, right there, and then across there. That won't take me too long. I'm just waiting for the HVAC guy to come out so we can talk about the positioning of the water heaters and the furnaces. But let's see. When I was working over here, I had to tear out all the old wall and laundry chutes and stuff like that. And this laundry chute here had a bunch of clothes and everything jammed in it. So I cleaned that out, and I found probably, I don't know if I should show this, but you know, in these houses you always want to find cool stuff, and I don't know if I call this cool, but found that in the laundry chute, so I thought that was pretty funny. But then, so I'm gonna get started on my next project, work my way upstairs. So I'm gonna start working in the kitchen up here. Let's see. So this is where that jog in the stairs used to be. The stairs kind of went over. It was really weird. So I'm gonna wall this off, and then